Suppose we have a sales dataset containing multiple transactions for different parties. Now we want to find the total sale, average sale and number of sales for each party. Instead of manually filtering the data and calculating for each particular party, we can use three Excel functions: SUMIF, AVERAGEIF and COUNTIF. Now we will use SUMIF for calculating how much did they sell, AVERAGEIF for calculating what was their average sale, and we'll use COUNTIF for calculating how many sales did they make. Basically, we'll try and have a look at all these three functions for calculating how much did they sell, what was their average sale, and what was the count of sell for each party. So how are we going to do that? Let's have a look at it. We'll try and have a look at our table. So this is our data, and if you just click Control and you'll see our data contains more than 344 rows. Okay, so it is pretty good data. These are all parties. They have come to us and have a different transaction multiple times. So for this particular data, we are trying to find out how much each party sell, what was the average sale for each party, and what was the count of sell for each party. Let's say for SUMIF Nova Enterprises, we're trying to find out the count of sales, and for Blue Peak, we try and find the total sales. So for these kind of questions, we need to use SUMIF, AVERAGEIF and COUNTIF to make our task more efficient and easy for us. Okay, so let's have a look at the explanation, and then we'll give it a go. So first of all, as I have already covered this part, that we will be using SUMIF, AVERAGEIF and COUNTIF for all this purpose. How much did they sell, what was their average sell, and how many sales did they make. Okay, so first of all, we'll start with SUMIF. So SUMIF has three arguments. These are the three arguments that SUMIF uses: range, criteria and sum range. So for whenever you are learning a formula, it's very important for you to understand the arguments. What are the arguments involved in it? Until you have a good understanding of the arguments, it's highly likely that you will forget it in the upcoming days. So in order to make sure that you don't forget whatever you learn over here, you must understand the arguments involved in it. Okay, so our first argument is range. It says, where should Excel look for the party name? Okay, so the range is where the party name exists. Where does the party name exist? Absolutely, it exists in the party name column. Here we have this sample data. Okay, and if for a party, where would we look for it? We will look for it in the party name column. That will be our range. So we'll just select all this data in this party name. Then we have this criteria. So what is criteria? Criteria is what party are we looking for. So here, first of all, we are looking for SUMIF Nova. So SUMIF Nova will be our criteria. The range will be this whole party name column, and the criteria will be SUMIF Nova Enterprises. And lastly, we have this sum range. It says which value should Excel add. Basically, here we are adding the data on the basis of some criteria, and that criteria is SUMIF Nova. Okay, so it is asking for values, that what are the values which Excel should add. So we will look for that values in this sales column. Okay, because for every party, here is the cell. SUMIF Nova make the first sale was 24,750. For Blue Peak, 43,891. It's just a sample data. We have, as we seen in the previously, we have a data which contains around 350 rows and two columns, party name and sales. Okay, so it is containing pretty much good data, and this is all about the theory part. Let's have a look at the practical example. Here we are looking for total sales for SUMIF Nova Enterprises. So we'll come over here and type SUMIF. Let's have a look at it. If you pay good attention to it, you'll see it is saying that SUMIF adds the cells specified by a given condition or criteria. So it's gonna sum. Basically, SUMIF is pretty much equal to sum, but it comes with some condition. So here we are trying to look for all the cells, total cells, only for SWIFT NOAA. Only for SWIFT NOAA enterprises. And then we drag it down for all the other parties. Okay. So we'll just press tab and the range. It is asking for the range. Where should Excel look for the party name? Of course, in the party name column. So we'll come over here and select all the entire data, press comma. Then next is our criteria. What is our criteria? SWIFT NOAA enterprises our criteria, press comma. And what is our sum range? It's going to be looking in these cells. So we are trying to find out the total cells. So sum range will be our cells column. Okay, so we'll just press enter. So here we have this total cell for SWIFT NOAA enterprises. But if you pay a close attention to the formula, we have made a mistake. When we try to drag this formula, just because we have not fixed these cells, because the range would be same for every party. Okay, criteria would be different, but this range would be same for every party, and the sum range again is going to be same for every party. But if you don't fix it right over here, once we drag it, say my bad, if we just drag it, we are going to get a different answer. Let's say come over here, and you see, if you look at it, SWIFT NOAA enterprises is now not involved in here. Okay, so that is a big mistake we're gonna make over here. So in order to avoid these mistakes, what we're gonna do, we are going to write the formula once again, SUMIF, and we are going to select Control Shift press down key and just come over here. We're gonna fix it, okay, because it's going to be same for every party name. So we'll fix it with F4, then press comma, then criteria is this. See, criteria could change, so we are not going to fix it as of now. So we can move ahead and press comma, and the sum range is this. We are going to select our sum range and again come at the top of the table, and we are going to fix it because this column sum range is going to be same for every single party names. So we again gonna press F4 for that. Okay, let's fix this part as well. F4, and then now we are good to go. Press enter, and now we can drag for every other party, or you could just Control Z and double click over here and see we have this answer. We don't want this answer over here, so press enter. We don't want this anymore. Okay, so this is it. This is all about SUMIF over here. Okay, let's say if we wanted to check whether it's correct for this or not, come over here, and if you have a look at this, criteria range is same, the sum range is same. Okay, but the criteria, only the criteria is different, and that means our answer is correct. Now we'll try and have a look at what does others functions have for us. Let's have a look at AVERAGEIF. AVERAGEIF basically calculates the average cell. SUMIF calculated the sum, the total cell for us for a particular party. Now here AVERAGEIF is going to calculate the average cell for a particular party. Okay, the range going to be same. Where should Excel look for the party name? Again, the party name section, party name column. What would be the criteria? Criteria would be a party name over here, and average range is going to be the sales column exactly. Okay, so the argument is pretty much same. Once you have a clear picture of SUMIF, you are not going to have any difficulty with AVERAGEIF or COUNTIF. So here in the AVERAGEIF as well, we have got 3 arguments: criteria, range, criterion, average range. which is pretty much same to SUMIF. Have a look at it. SUMIF add, what does it say? It says SUMIF add all matching cells, while AVERAGEIF calculate their average. Read it again. SUMIF adds all matching cells, while AVERAGEIF calculate the average. Just as the name suggests, SUMIF calculate the sum, the total of cells, wherein the AVERAGEIF calculates the average for a particular criteria or party name. Okay, so let's have a look at it. Let's have a look at our example. Here we are trying to calculate the average. So we'll type AVERAGEIF and have a look at this definition. It says finds average arithmetic mean for a cell specified by a given condition. It is pretty much same as average, but the only difference is we are adding a criteria to it. Okay, that's the difference. Range is going to be same. Select the first cell, press Ctrl Shift down button, and then come to the top of the table. We make sure that we fix it because it's going to be same for every party name. Press comma, then we have the criterion. Again, Shift Nova is going to be changed because next we'll need Blue Peak solution, then Elite Crest Innovation. So it's going to be changing. It's need to be changing, so that's why we are not going to fix it. If you want, we can fix the column. Okay, press comma, and then average range. So again, it's going to be our cells column. Let's select it, and it's not going to be changing. It's not dynamic for every other thing. Every other party name is going to fix for everyone. So again, we'll have to press F4 to make sure to fix it. Press comma. Here is our average cell for Shift Nova Enterprises. We just have to drag it all the way down for a Stellar Age Consulting, and here is our average cell. Now let's have a look for the COUNTIF. COUNTIF is interesting. It's going to be very quick. It is going to calculate the count of cells, the number of cells for every single party. Okay, so it has the beauty is that it only contains two criteria, two arguments, and that is range and criteria. What is the range? So what we are looking for? We are looking for a party name. So the party name column would be our range, and criteria is that particular party name. So if we try and have a look at it, so look at this example. So this will be our criteria. Okay, Shift Nova will be our criteria. This will be our criteria, and what would be the range? Again, as we have discussed earlier, the range is going to be this party name, the entire column. Okay, this is just a sample data. So let's have a look at the definition once again. Come down. COUNTIF, count the number of cells. Here we don't need a third argument. As we have seen in some SUMIF case and AVERAGEIF case, we need three arguments. But here we don't need a third argument because we're simply counting how many times the party name appears. We are not adding or subtracting or averaging anything. That's why we only need two arguments over here. Okay, so let's have a look at this example. Here we are going to press equal to COUNTIF, and let's have a look at the definition. It says COUNTIF, just a bit, but yeah, perfect. So it says COUNTIF, count the number of cells within a range that meets the given condition. It is pretty much same as count, but with a condition. Okay, so now let's start. We are going to provide the range. Of course, is going to be same, and again we must fix this range because it's going to be fixed for every particular party name. Press comma, and then it is asking for criteria. Again, it's going to, the party name is our criteria. It's going to be dynamic, so we don't need to fix it. If you want, you can fix the column, but we are not going to fix the rows. Okay, and press enter, and as soon as we press enter, we see the count of cells for Shift Nova is 28, and we just have to drag it all the way down to a Stellar Age Consulting, and here we have the SUMIF, total cells, average cells, and count of cell pretty easily. Okay, it was a big video, I do understand that. If you have a good practice of it, it's not gonna take worth more than 20 or 30 seconds for you to calculate all these things. You just have to make sure to understand the arguments well and know where the range is, what is our criteria, and what is our sum range or average range. So once you have the understanding of the arguments, you are not going to face any sort of problem. If you have any doubt in this video, you can comment it down. I'm looking forward to all those comments, and see you in the next video.